Skip Bayless hits Angel Reese with Caitlin Clark message. As Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky struggle this 2025 WNBA season, the criticism against them also continues to pile up. Through 8 games so far, Reese has averaged 10.1 points and 12.1 rebounds while also shooting 35.8% from the field, down from her rookie averages of 13.6 points and 13.1 rebounds on 39.1% shooting. It also doesn't help that the Sky are the second worst team in both offensive rating and defensive rating, which further highlights why they are only 2-6 on the season. On Tuesday, prior to the Sky's loss to the Liberty, sports commentator Skip Bayless dropped the latest episode of his show, where he shared his brutally honest take on Reese. Bayless didn't mince words about the play of the Sky forward and even compared her to Indiana Fever star and rival Caitlin Clark. "I'm not sure anyone has ever paid to see rebounding," Bayless said of Reese. "Logo threes and magic passes, yeah, they will pay like crazy to watch Caitlin Clark. They'll pack NBA-sized arenas to watch Caitlin Clark." Bayless then proceeded to drop his critical take on Reese, highlighting her performance against a Fever team missing Clark on Saturday. The 23-year-old scored 4 points in the contest, although she did grab 12 rebounds. "But Angel, for all your charisma and all your charm, all your highly entertaining social media presence, if you can score only 4 against the Fever without Caitlin and look laughably bad doing so, you can't say you're playing as big a part in the WNBA's exploding ratings as Caitlin is. You just can't say that. You can't make that case." For what it's worth, Reese's teammate, Ariel Atkins, has come to her defense amid all the unnecessary hate the Sky Star is getting. Unfortunately, the criticism of Reese is unlikely to stop until she and Chicago improve on the court. The Sky returned to action on Friday against the Atlanta Dream. Chicago is currently on a 2-game skid and has yet to win against other WNBA teams aside from the Dallas Wings. In the ever-blazing world of sports media, few names generate controversy and conversation quite like Skip Bayless. Known for his sharp-tongued takes and fearless criticism of sports figures, Bayless again found himself at the center of debate, this time involving 2 of the most talked-about names in women's basketball, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. On a recent episode of Undisputed, Bayless sparked headlines when he delivered a pointed message to Angel Reese while discussing the explosive rise of Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. What seemed at first like standard sports punditry quickly evolved into a cultural flashpoint, reigniting conversations about race, rivalry, media narratives, and the future of women's sports. The context: a new era for the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, the sharpshooting phenom out of Iowa, has been nothing short of revolutionary for women's basketball. Her record-breaking NC double, a career and smooth transition to the WNBA have brought unprecedented media attention, ticket sales, and television ratings. Clark's arrival has been described as a mainstream moment for the league, a turning point akin to when Michael Jordan entered the NBA. Angel Reese, meanwhile, has established herself as more than just a rival to Clark. The LSU star turned Chicago Sky forward has built a brand rooted in confidence, swagger, and unapologetic black femininity. Their collegiate clash in the 2023 NCAA championship game, highlighted by Reese's now iconic "You Can't See Me" gesture, cemented their dynamic as the face of a new, competitive, and complex era of women's sports. Skip's message: provocation or proclamation? Bayless's commentary came after a heated game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, where physical play and pointed remarks added more fuel to the already growing narrative of Clark versus the world. Bayless didn't mince words. "Angel Reese needs to understand something," he said. "Caitlin Clark is the reason eyes are even on the WNBA. She brought the lights. She brought the buzz. And if you're trying to play the villain to her hero, you better back it up, because the cameras are rolling now and every move counts." On the surface, Bayless was making a sports analysis point. Media visibility is booming because of Clark, and that puts extra responsibility on her competitors to match not only her talent but her marketability. However, his words resonated differently with fans. Many saw it as an unfair criticism of Reese, a player who has consistently performed, spoken up for herself, and carried her own massive following. Cultural undercurrents. The message beyond the message. What made Bayless's message so controversial wasn't just what he said, it was what it implied. To many, his statement echoed a long-standing pattern in American sports and culture: the elevation of white athletes as saviors and the framing of black athletes as antagonists, troublemakers, or distractions.